Hello, Joshua Callan here. Thought I'd do a big update. As you can see, this is something new. So, I sold my yellow generator finally, and now I'm willing to debut my new generator plant. So, main reason why I bought this Multi-Equip LT6K, it's a 6,000 watt light plant with 4,000 watts of metal halide, VR Bright, is because the power that they ran over in this area is only 20 amps. I need a minimum of 35 amps for my display. And that's at 120. 4,250 watts is what I need for the nameplate for everything. Between my two steamers and my two electrically heated steam engines, plus if I want to expand to other electrical stuff, I needed a bigger generator. So this thing popped up on Marketplace. I've been watching it for a while. So the thing weighs 1,750 pounds with a full tank of fuel, 34 gallons of fuel. Yes, I did tow it behind my Golf, and it handled it fine. So, main part is for the generator. Well, as you can see, it's a construction light tower. Very low hour construction light tower at that. I will get to that in a sec. So, the main reason why I opted for a construction light tower is, as you all know, I'm part of the Lakehead Harvest Show, and we put in on a winter hayride. It's very dark during those winter hayrides. So, I got with the president and asked, hey look, if I was going to buy a construction light tower, no cost to the club, and basically you can use it as much as you want, all you got to do is pay for fuel. That's a bang up job or rental for me, considering how much I paid for this. And you'll see, I'm not going to disclose that. Guess in the comments below how much I paid for it. So, 4 1,000 watt metal halide bulbs. This is a 120 240 volt generator plant. So, this 34 gallon fuel tank, I keep 2 power cords in here, a 120 240 volt splitter, and then a 90 degree 20 amp plug, so you can attach it without having to bring your own generator cords. So this is a 6 kilowatt unit, which is ideal for this. You could get an 8 kilowatt, but then you run the risk of wet stacking the engine. So this is a Kohler KDW 1003, 128 cc's, 3-cylinder. This thing runs at 1,800 RPM. So that's a big plus. The reason why I went over this versus the yellow one, my yellow one was 418 cc, running at 3,600 RPM, a screamer. I could have gotten a Kubota GL 7000 or a Multi-Equip 7,000 watt generator, 6 kilowatt, but 2-cylinder running at 3,600 RPM. That's about 500 cc's, give or take. I'm not quite what, I think it's a Kubota Z482, not quite the displacement. I had it marked down. Running at 3,600. Both those generators are running at 3,600 RPM. So it would be twice the cylinders, slightly more displacement, but running still at 3,600 RPM. Okay, the engine can run that high, no problem, last long. But I chose this one because A, it's a construction light tower. It has to run for long periods of time. Again, large fuel tank. That's one plus to this construction light tower versus the Kubota and the Multi-Equip. They had a smaller fuel tank. So I would have to fill it more often. Plus it didn't come on a nice trailer, which would have meant I would have had to find a way to unload it from my trailer. Where this, it's already on a trailer. I can just hitch it up and go. If I need to refuel, fine. So you're reading that right. This thing has 400 hours. I bought it with like 394. I've test run it and done all that and made sure it's good. And now it's time for its monthly test. And I also sold my yellow generator, so I am willing to share this thing. So far what I've done to it, I've replaced the 12240 volt L1430R plug or receptacle because the other one was filled with dust. I replaced the GFIC with a 15 amp. It's a 15 amp breaker, so there's that. The switch right here controls that. So this is sort of a diamond in the rough, in a sense. Again, it was a rental unit. There's things that weren't quite up to my snuff and things I want to fix, but that can happen later down the road. It runs beautifully. I'll show you that after I get all the cords and get set up for its monthly test. So I am very, very careful with this one. Because I have all the doors locked, have it supported by all of its jack stands and facing that way. Very hard to steal. You'll have to work to steal this. So last time the oil was changed was 314 hours on it. It starts it was February when I picked this up. Yes, February. So as you can see here, there's the alternator and there's the engine. There's the generator. It's a bolt at the alt generator head, which is a name brand. Most likely going to be brushless. Like I said, there's a few things I gotta fix on it, but that can be done later down the road. So it is. I forget how tall the mast is, but it doesn't really matter. Like I said, I bought this primarily for my need for my display, and also during the winter when we need the light over across the way, because last year we had a lot of people come through and we had to put people over across the street. Very dangerous. So that's why, again, I went with the construction light tower. Again, dual purpose, can be used during the show and also be used in the winter when we need it. So I'm just using a bunch of Melkhaus heaters. So let me get set up and I'll be right back. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention is this generator light plant is from 2014, but the generator and the engine were made in 2013. Going by the numbers that I see. Another thing I did was I picked up a 10-foot 122/40 volt power cord from AC Works. Same thing with a splitter that has two 20 amp breakers on it. So, yep. So this does have glow plugs on it. So you gotta let them cycle first. close the doors for cooling. This is under about 5,200 watts, 5,300 watts, because I already blueprinted my heaters. As you can tell, it's much wider. Standing right up next to it under a decent load is about 73 decibels. My other one was about 89. One nice thing, it's liquid cooled too, so a little bit more thermally stable in the combustion versus an air-cooled engine. Because an air-cooled engine, you get whatever air is going temperature across the cylinder, and that can affect if it runs hotter or colder. If you can see this or not, but I'm running 44 amps off the generator head. That's at 120. Since I'm pulling off the 120 240 socket, I'm technically pulling 22 amps off the generator head. The generator head is rated to 25. And the reason for the splitter is so I can load the 120 240 volt legs evenly out of the generator head. I'm back. I don't know if I showed this in the other video, but I have more parts up on the shelf. Tire, grill, front axle, rear tires. Picked that new water pump up 2 weeks ago or a week ago. Honestly, I can't remember. I got these two metal shelves for free. They were just in the park. I barely fit in the driver's seat with those in there, and I had to have the hatch open. Not much, but enough. So, and the reason for the shelves is because the pile is starting to get a little unruly. I got two sets of floor pans, broke the bolt off in that one, two right angle gear block boxes, clutch, two gas tanks. I think a gas tank is in there, one of them. So I eventually will be sorting this to show what I actually have, just so it's not a giant pile of parts that I have to spend 20-30 minutes just digging through to find the one. I have two PTOs. This pile is going to grow even more with the blue tractor that I'm going to tear apart. Yeah. So, yeah, I know it's a mess, but I'll get there again. This tarp came off the Simplicity. I'm back. Just sudden thing happened down there. I didn't want to have them on video. Pulled the Simplicity out of my friend's place. This is the other tractor that's gonna go to scrap. Transmission's bad. Yeah, it's $400 for a new tranny. Not worth it. Be right back. Hi, I'm back. As you can see, I'm in the middle of tearing apart another tractor. This is the Simplicity. So again, transmission is locked up. No reason to save it. It also has had electrical issues. I just got done pulling out the electrical harness. I pulled the engine out. I drained the fuel tank. I'm slowly working away. I'll be keeping the tires since they're practically brand new. I'm keeping the engine because it's a 14-horse Briggs Vanguard that runs pretty well. Needs a little work, but what do you expect? My Ryobi S430 weed whacker is in for repairs. The engine's so powerful it likes to back the screw that keeps it in the correct position. So I got to figure that out. So yeah, one bolt's being stubborn. What do you expect for this kind of tractor? So I think I'm gonna end up pulling the transmission bolts out. I'll see what I can muster after once I take a little break. As you can tell, it's warm. It's like 80 degrees outside, and I'm watching YouTube while I futz on this. So I'll bring it back when I get more done. I'm back. Thought I'd give you an update. Transmission is out here. There's the fending transaxle. I'm not even worth trying to fix it or pull it apart. It requires like triple squares or external torques. I'm not even gonna bother. It's just gonna go straight to scrap. Like I said, is okay. I put 44 hours on it according to the hour meter that I have on the engine, and I've beaten the snot out of it. And yeah, it's just okay. It has electrical gremlin where occasionally it doesn't like to start, which means you gotta replace the PTO switch, yada yada yada. It's not worth it. I'll find another mower. As you can see, the frame is pretty bare and very interesting. Let's just say that. So this thing I'm gonna wheel into the corner and wait for the scrapper to come and pick it up after I'm done with that sucker. Wheel the transmission, literally just throw this right on top of it. It's not, like I said, it's not worth trying to repair or fix or whatever. I'm already keeping a few bits. I'm keeping the old cooling fan off it. I could probably adapt that to one of my other machines just in case. That transaxle bit me. Yeah, the keyway sliced my knuckle open really bad. So yeah, it still hurts. It'll be hurting for a while. It actually, I was wearing some nitrile gloves and it was so sharp I didn't even feel it till I looked down and found a hole in my gloves. This is swear word. Yeah, it hurts. And the corners are sharp. So that's another reason why that's gonna go bye-bye, because yeah, this thing's been nothing but pain in the ass. Be back. I'm back. So I've progressed this far on my 860, also was known as Stella. So I am in the middle of trying to write down some measurements because this style of clutch is way different than the style of clutch that was on the other MTD I pulled apart. So this one is sort of it's more of like an automotive style clutch under there. I did pull the plate out. I was trying to figure out how to pull it all apart and all that. The reason why I have the dowel or pin punch in there is I'm getting some measurements just so I have it, so when I put this style clutch in the other machine, yes, you heard me right, I am going to most likely going to put this style clutch in the MTD that has the good dash, because this one, when you pull those bolts apart, you physically can, it's like a automotive clutch disc for a manual transmission in there, and the springs are actually in between the two clutch discs or clutch material faces. So I'll have to keep the clutch mechanism on this one together, again, just because it's a different style clutch. So as you can see, I've pulled apart the hood, the grill, and the rear tail lights, and the rear seat. I pulled that off. I plan to throw this and this on the other machine because they have good decals. So yeah, I'll have to do a little bit more work on this one. I can't really do much, especially with my bum finger. I'll probably just get some measurements and then call it a day. Maybe take a few more bits off, I'm not quite sure. Like I said, it's hard to do much of anything when mine where cut was right on the knuckle, so it's hard to even wrench. So I'll probably have to take a break. I might see what I can fix on my trimmer, but again, I don't know how much I'll take care of. So yeah, yeah, it's, so I'm gonna, happy 4th of July weekend. This is Sunday, the 7th. I must have bumped my watch or something. So I'm back. Thought I would make a final update. So I've had a five-day weekend, which is pretty nice. I normally have 3. So I managed to tear down Simplicity. Managed to start on my blue Stella tractor. I earlier last week or the week before, I nabbed these 2 free metal shelves, and I had them sort of here, and I had parts all over. So I've been at this for about 2.5 hours. I just got done. I woke up early since it's gonna be another hot one. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning, Monday, the 8th. So I had to move those 2 transaxles, this plow, that plow, that was up there. I pulled that down. I cleared all that off just so I could get the small tires that were stacked on top of those 2 down there, up there, move the 2 big ones there. I had to pull every single cart off these 4 things so I could move transaxles, the 2 plows. So that Boland's snowblower gearbox and the steering wheel just got shoved over. I got 4 seats. This one's off the Simplicity. These are off the two MTDs. And then this one I picked up at a auction to replace whatever, one of the other ones. So the big pile of parts that were sitting right about here are now all sorted. So I got battery trays, one with a still mounted with the gas tanks, C-spring, some more deck plates, 2 spindles. That's all my sleeve hitch and 3-point hitch parts, plus I think a few steering arms. PTO and clutch parts, more clutch parts, floorboards, shifter things, snowblower. That's the lights off Stella. Now this is all the miscellaneous hardware. These are the lift arms. I got 2 hood braces, front axle off my other tractor. Not Stella, it still has the tires on it. So everything's sorted now. I can actually see what I have. I'm back. Quick update to my long update. The blue tractor is fully torn apart. I fixed the Ryobi S430 string trimmer. Had to use a 1/4-20 bolt and massage everything back together. Took me a while to put the throttle back, which I didn't need to pull apart. I'm posting this now on 7/13 because I had a busy week after the long holiday, and I'm just finally getting around to putting it together. Thanks for watching. Please comment, rate, and subscribe, and I'll see you next video. Bye.